Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another thing.
Yeah.
We're here for a thing. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. So this is the most requested rap battle we've had.
Okay.
Probably in the history of requests for rap battles.
Okay.
This has been one that's been requested very early on, but it was like one person here, one person there. Right. But over time,
scattered.
It builds up. And I've noticed it's different people. It's not the same person requesting it over and over again. So
I've noticed it since we started doing reactions together, too.
I will also say that somebody has once said we should start like a play argument beforehand. And no. It's not going to happen.
Not that couple. Not that.
I might better like my baby. But
yeah, it's not going to happen. We're not really the arguing type.
No.
Not even in play.
No. I don't think we even had like a real pillow fight. I think I hit you once and you threatened me with a big pillow and I was like, alright, I'm done.
I have a memory foam pillow. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll knock your ass out. It's like 10 pounds versus little feather pillow.
Although when we first started talking, it was actually about having a pillow fight in Hell Over the Throne.
Which is mine. It was decided, so no need for the fight.
We'll see.
He just wants to sit on my lap. That was the decision.
Or vice versa.
No, yeah, we'll share. All right.
But yeah, so...
Now, to be clear, I have seen this one.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it too.
Multiple times.
But if I have, it was once.
Okay,
I won't say I watched it when it first came out, but I'm sure it's been about 5.5 years since I've seen it.
Okay.
So.
Well, I have seen it multiple times, so I do remember it. I do watch Jenna Marbles occasionally when I need a good laugh, depending on what she puts out. What was that?
Is that who plays Eve?
That is who plays Eve. Yeah.
Who's she again? I know the name, I just don't know who she is.
I don't know. I can't remember what she does primarily. It's streaming of some sort. But she also has a YouTube channel where she fucks up her hair at home, products, fucks up her boyfriend's hair, plays with her dogs.
For the love of God, please never fuck up my hair.
Well, now that you mentioned it.
It reminds me of the prank couple that I think I showed you once.
They're better than that, though, because at least he knows it's coming. Julian...
Well, they're divorced now.
Well, the prank couple is, not Julian and Jenna.
His ex-wife, like, super glued his hat to his head. And I'm just like, that's fucking wrong. That's just mean. But then he would turn around and replace shampoo with hair dye. And she came out of the shower once.
Yeah,
so
you
like, what the
better
fuck?
never fucking do that to me, either.
I would never do anything detrimental to this.
Thank you. But yeah, I super glued the hat. No, Julian's on board with everything she's done, so...
Okay.
Yeah, but she has dogs, shows them off. I don't know. She's funny.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. This is Epic Rap Battles of History. Adam versus Eve. What you guys have requested so many times. And now I don't know what they're going to request after this because, like, this is literally the only thing I can think of.
Just think of something new. They'll do it.
Type like Eastern philosophers versus Western philosophers, which I think they've ever requested before.
That's the next most requested, yeah.
But just remember, next week is just the next one in line, which I think next week's ERB will be reacting to is, I was just Dr. Seuss versus somebody.
Okay. I mean, I love Dr. Seuss. We'll see.
I don't remember who he's going up against, but yeah, that's the next.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's get it. This already has a very Justin Timberlake-ish beat.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like, I'm bringing sexy back. Yep. Which I guess technically is Timberland beat.
It is. But we all know Justin Now JT is the singer on it. I was like, now you've screwed me up.
I'm bringing sexy back.
This battle's gonna end like every argument does. With you kissing my ass and begging me for a rub. I made a...
And while she's funny, yeah, I could see her having this attitude, and she does kind of have this attitude in real life. She's she's chill with Julian, but like I'm saying, she does have the sort of coming at ya.
This battle's gonna end like every argument does. With you kissing my ass and begging me for a rub. I made a map, motherfucker, and I'm reading it too. Gives me specific directions how to fuck with you. I know that you like to think you're so macho, but you smell like ball sacks and nachos. I work.
To be fair, she would also smell really bad.
Correct. Well, I mean, it's the Garden of Eden. I'm sure they had pools, heated, you know,
It's the garden.
natural.
It's the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And they got in trouble for eating.
Yeah. From one specific tree.
That's bullshit.
I mean, like, I agree with that, but
That would be like
that's
my
a theological
that
discussion,
that would be like one of my kids,
right? Tell them no.
like telling them, "Hey,
Don't eat those cookies.
don't punch your sister." And then or no, actually eating the cookies is more like, "No, don't eat the cookies."
Somebody would sneak one.
And then they eat a cookie, and then me being like, "Be gone to orphanage,
Right, right.
you
You
little
are
heathen."
banished. Savage.
Know that you like to think you're so macho, but you smell like ball sacks and nachos. I work while you and your boyfriend Steve drink and play sports in a fantasy league. You're a
There was no Steve.
Adam and Eve. No, it was Adam and Steve. So it's a whole, like, gay pride rights joke.
Well, I know, but there was no Steve.
No, there wasn't. But at least you caught it's the reference.
nachos. I work while you and your boyfriend Steve drink and play sports in a fantasy league. You're as sharp as a stick that I rub on my lips. So go ahead, take a shot. I'm sure that you'll miss. Like
You're sharp as a stick that I rub on my lips.
Chapstick.
Or lipstick.
Neither of which are sharp.
True.
Mushy.
I don't know. The lyrics are. I'm having a hard time getting into this.
Well, yeah.
She started off strong.
you're as sharp as a stick that I rub on my lips. So go ahead, take a shot. I'm sure that you'll miss. Like the laundry, the toilet, the grocery list. If you
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one because first of all, I have a valid excuse for all these. All right.
lips, so go ahead, take a shot. I'm sure that you'll miss. Like the laundry.
Okay, we do laundry together. We don't miss anything there.
I think she means like he misses the laundry basket, like leaves his clothes around instead of putting them in the laundry basket.
That's just a guy thing. Or actually, it's just a lazy person thing. It eventually gets there. Either you do it or I do it. I mean,
Right. You strip where you stand.
right. But she says laundry, the toilet. The toilet's not always our fault. Like, you guys think that we're over here, like, playing. But sometimes...
like writing with your urine.
Right, that's not what's happening. Sometimes, like, a straight pubic hair will part right down the fucking middle. Which, when you go
It's
to
a
pee...
delicate process, apparently.
when you go to pee, you don't know it's there. And I've legit had my pee come out like this. Because...
The coffee almost came out like this.
It's facts, though. Because the hair that's there, so it splits the fucking stream. So, yeah, you're gonna miss sometimes like that. Or sometimes it's dry sperm.
Okay, well, I mean...
But a lot of women do get really pissed off. I at least clean mine when it happens.
Delicate process, like you said.
I'm just saying you should probably clean yours when it happens instead of just leaving it on the fucking floor.
I mean,
like a
that
heathen.
is what I have complained about. That is what the girls I know have complained about. Is if you miss, and it's not the middle of the night, and you walked in the dark and didn't turn the light on. That's understandable to a degree. But if you miss and you see it, clean it up. I mean,
Right.
It's not our full-time job. I get it. You know?
I don't know, depending on the era, 1950s it would have been.
Yeah, well, glad to tell ya.
And what was the other one?
Laundry, the toilet, the grocery list.
Okay, grocery list is just because we're in a rush to get the fuck in and fuck out. I'm
Wow.
not even gonna fucking lie on that one.
Right.
You're going through, and what's funny is this is obvious. This is not the fault of the woman by any means, but the grocery list is never like in the order that you're walking in the fucking store.
Right. It's
And-
in the order that you think of the items that
Right.
you need. Yeah.
And let's face it,
Although I have done that, by the way.
Most of us don't go into the grocery store with a pen to mark things off.
I have done that, by the way, though. Like, organize the list for someone else, knowing which store they were going to in order. And I carry a pen in my purse. So I actually do, if I have a really long list, mark shit off. I'm one of those. No, I don't look at everything and compare prices and stuff like that. I am a super easy shopper. Like, I want to be in and out and done.
Now something else I've also done, you get distracted, right? You'll be shopping, and you'll be in the aisle of the thing that you know you're in the aisle for, but then you start looking at other things, and you're like, ooh, I could probably get some of that. And then you completely forget the one thing that, like,
I've done that.
It's terrible.
If you stop fucking up, I wouldn't have to get pissed.
My life was fine till you had to come along and wreck it. Could you please just shut your face for 10 seconds? You cry about everything, but can't decide what you want. I'm hungry, I'm fat, I'm cold, I'm hot.
A lot of women are like that, too. A lot of guys are like that, too, though. I'm hungry. Make me a meal.
I don't know what I want, though. That doesn't sound good.
I was talking about it as a male.
Oh.
Females are the opposite. Now, her and I had this conversation the other day. I cannot stand when women, like, are completely undecided on what they want. You're like, hey, well, how about this? And it's always no, no, no. It's like, well, then you have an idea of what the fuck you want, because you obviously know what you don't want. Just tell me what the fuck you want. And it's always
not
like,
one of those, by the way.
Well, baby, what do you want? I want you to make a goddamn decision, is what I want. Because I can eat anywhere. Just pick a fucking place.
Yeah, but see, I'm one of the, I'll eat anywhere, just feed me.
And if it happens to be one of the two places I don't want, I can drive right down the street and grab something else. Just fucking, we don't have this problem. We just go. But yeah.
But previous relationships.
I've been here.
Yeah.
10 seconds, you cry about everything, but can't decide what you want.
But everything else, like the fat and stuff like that, that's honestly a societal thing, because society is training our kids at a young age to be like, oh,
what the idea of perfection is.
This size with this figure,
this color hair, this attitude, this kind of makeup. Yeah, obviously, I'm not one of them.
Me either.
Took a real long time to do this. 38 years.
I'm hungry, I'm fat, I'm cold, I'm hot. You call it complex, but you would call you a mess. You take 2 hours to come, 3 more to get dressed. You got a lotion for this?
It's one of my favorite lines in this.
You take 2 hours to come. That's not always the female's fault, Adam. You should probably work on something new.
Yeah, you should stop spending time with Steve. Yeah.
I will say, though, there are some women that legit just have a hard time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's some guys that have a hard time. I've actually known a few guys that are like, dude, I've had sex for like 3 hours and can't get off. Like,
it's a thing.
It's a thing for some people.
And no one should be shamed for it if it's... I think 3 hours to get dressed, though, there should be a lot of shaming for that.
True.
Yeah. Like, if you take longer than, I don't know, you walk in, you grab something, and you put it on. I just don't understand.
I want you guys to know this is the first girl I've ever had that thinks like this. 90%, everyone else I've ever dated, they walk in the closet and then they have to stew over what they want, and it's like, I've literally legit had the conversation come down to what day of the week it is, what the weather is outside, and it's just like, just fucking put on a robe. We're going through drive-thru.
I mean, honestly, if I have had to, because coming from New Mexico, it's almost always sunny because we're so high in elevation and so close to the sun. It's just always sunny.
Right.
So I have had to go check the weather because it's super deceptive looking out the window. You're like, it's sunny. It's going to be, no, it could be 30 degrees outside. I made that mistake when I moved there, by the way. So I have had to go check, but other than that, like, no. I mean, like, I do have friends that have, temporary friends that have done stuff like that, and then it's like, yeah, I can't. I just...
Chica, I told you 2 hours ago I was coming over.
Yeah.
And you're still not ready.
And I'm such an introvert. Don't waste my time.
Right.
If I'm actually coming to see you, or you're coming to see me, or whatever, you've already set a date, and I already don't want you to come. Like, the second I agree to a social outing, like, there's instant regret. And then I come up with, like, every excuse in the book in my mind. Not that I don't want to see you.
Right.
I just don't want to be social. So, yeah, so if we have a date, either cancel it, which I will be super psyched for, or
Be on time.
Be on time.
You cry about everything, but can't decide what you want.
I love
I'm
his
hungry,
dance.
I'm fat, I'm cold, I'm hot. You call it complex, but you would call you a mess. You take 2 hours to come, 3 more to get dressed. You got a lotion for this, you got a cream for that. Got any perfume that smells like get the fuck off my back. When things are good, they're great, and it's like I'm...
No.
She's a nag. Honestly, though, like, I hate who I am if I start having a nag. I hate the sound of repeating shit. So I catch myself and then I won't do it. But that means that if it is something that should be common sense to do, I will start resenting the person that I'm trying really hard not to nag.
Right.
Yeah.
I just realized I was like, she makes the bed for like every reaction recording time, but it's not like a full make. It's like
We
throws
just
the
have a
comforter
comforter. Look, I am super low key in terms of everything. We don't use a flat sheet because fuck that shit.
out. Right.
I am not tucking, folding, whatever. No. We have a comforter
Oh,
that gets washed.
the laughing wasn't because it wasn't fully
Yeah.
made. It's just you always just kind of like,
Throw shit
there it
in.
goes.
I mean, it's just a comforter. Yeah. That's it.
I'm just saying I've had old reactions where my comforter's all at the foot
Yeah,
of the
I
bed.
know, I've seen
and
them.
I'm just like,
Which is exactly why, because I knew that it can be seen, and I'm like, well, I mean, like, they don't need to necessarily know what sheet set we're using this time. By the way, we only have 3, so I mean, it's super simple,
blue, and
barely
gray.
an inconvenience. What was that?
red, blue, and gray.
My favorite color, your favorite.
There's also
color,
a light
neutral.
blue hiding somewhere up there. But
Right. So 4. Yeah. It's easy.
and my original white sheet set.
Yes.
So 5.
But white is a dangerous color
It is,
for sheets. Yeah. Okay.
especially if it's close to that time of the month.
I'm not a mess.
I'm saying you are.
Okay, well.
But I have been in relationships
It
with people
happens.
that like they wake up bleeding and
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
Accidents happen. I was thinking more like spaghetti, the marinara on pizza or whatever.
We
like,
eat a lot of pizza too.
Yeah, in bed.
You got a cream for that? Got any perfume that smells like get the fuck off my back? When things are good, they're great, and it's like I'm dreaming. Until your junk starts bleeding and you turn to a demon. It ain't summer eve, don't try...
Foreshadowing.
Incidentally, this happens quite often too. That is one thing I never understood. Just being straight and honest, I never understood the anger behind a period. Like I understand the uncomfort, I get it. I mean, I don't get it to the point where, like I know what it feels like, obviously.
Right.
But like I can understand being in pain and not happy about it.
But being a kind.
But I think it's more of a I don't understand the whole taking that and using it to take it out on somebody else type of thing.
Well, I mean, okay, there's 2 things about it. First of all, it's I have fibro. I'm in pain every day. I strongly believe that no matter how you feel, you do not have the right to take it out on someone else.
Right.
I live by that, because if I didn't, I'm kind of a bitch. But I stay away from people. That's the introvert in me. But yeah, I would never take out my pain on someone else. If I need to say, I'm in pain, leave me alone, I will, but, you know. But the added part of the period for a lot of people is the hormones. And they do make you have mood swings that go back and forth, but at least some women. Me personally, it's just, fuck. Now I'm in pain in one more place.
Right.
You know? Mother
Like-
Nature.
My mom, I guess, was just always really good at disguising it when I was a kid. I never...
So is mine.
Not that I ever thought about it. It's not like I was like, I wonder if my mom's on her period. No, but like it was never like... She was just always happy.
Right.
I guess would be a thing I can say, regardless of...
Well, and here's the thing. Like, even with the mood changes the fluctuations that can happen with people, because I have friends that have PCOD, bad. I have friends that have endometriosis. All of these are complications to the cycle that cause even worse pain or fluctuations in hormones. And while they get crabby, all of them sort of internalize it, because again, they don't believe in being absolute assholes to everyone they're around. But society has kind of made it this thing. Like, oh, it's that time of the month. Or, you know, if a girl's being a cunt, a guy will say, what are you, PMSing? So it's an excuse for bad behavior. And some people have taken it to the extreme. I firmly believe that they use it as an excuse to just be legit mean to everyone around them for 3 to 7 days.
Unless your name's Karen.
Well, then you're just like that all the time. Yeah.
Don't be a Karen.
Yeah. Don't be a douche.
Brayton, it's like I'm dreaming until your junk starts bleeding and you turn to a demon. It ain't summer eve, don't try to play me like a douche. You want a bottom of fruit? Well, you can swallow the truth.
The summer eve line.
Yeah.
Was good.
Feminine hygiene. Yeah. Okay.
Turn to a demon. It ain't summer eve, don't try to play me like a douche. You want a bottom of fruit? Well, you can swallow the truth.
Don't even bring up Swallow. The first man on earth ain't a tough act to follow. One pop.
Now she's getting mean with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
I like the rose.
His ending was a subtle reference to swallowing his load.
Mm-hmm.
So she's turning around on him, and
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's mean. I like it. It's mean though.
Oh, I like it when they get mean.
Me too.
Don't even bring up Swallow. The first man on earth ain't a tough act to follow. One pump jump and you hung like a weasel. Ditch a fig leaf, get yourself a pine needle. You want a long time habit. In fact, suck your own dick and shave your own back. That apple's the best.
The suck your own dick thing is actually in reference to apparently if you were a guy and you were to have one rib removed,
Right.
you should be able to
It was the whole
blow yourself. So
mythos with Marilyn Manson.
So
Yeah.
that's in reference to since he had a rib taken out to create Eve, he
Correct.
should be able to do it.
Right.
That
It's
is
shaving your own
creative
back.
as hell.
And then fucking gross. Yeah.
You want a long time habit. In fact, suck your own dick and shave your own back. That apple's the best thing I've been so far. Now I see how much of a dick you
I
are.
wasn't listening. Are you still flapping those lips? I was just thinking, yo, did I give up a rib for this? Woman, I just don't know what your problem is. All I know is you're acting like a colossal bitch.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, too.
Don't even think about
Okay,
it.
that's fine. We could eat.
Whole wall!
We can eat.
You just are! Upper! Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah.
Okay, so at the very beginning she said, I know how this will end.
Which is how it ended.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think he called her a colossal bitch. And then she looked like she was going to cry. And then
He felt bad.
and then it ended. And of course he said, I'm sorry, and was looking at her and she goes, I'm sorry too. Thing is, like, if you're acting like a bitch, expect to be called out on it.
Well, I didn't like his demeanor though, where he was like, "I'm sorry," and then she's like, "I'm sorry," but then he immediately tries to go in on her.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I might be apologizing, but I'm still pissed at you.
well, it's not even so much a still pissed thing. It's like, I don't know. It's to me, I figured it was common knowledge that like if even if you're like both agree to like be cool, you both probably still need a little bit of time not in each other's face.
Right. Little time to cool off. Settle down. But it is a thing. Like, girls will go around, call their best friend bitches, this, that, and the other. But as soon as a guy calls them out for behavior, I mean, he said you're acting like a colossal bitch.
I have only called a female a bitch once in my life. It was
Directly?
Yes. It was my ex-wife, well before we got married. And it was playfully. It wasn't even mean. She was on top of me tickling the shit out of me.
E-
And I was like, "Stop, you bitch! Stop!" And then she slapped the shit out of me. Because she didn't like being called a bitch. Which is weird, because I could call her a cunt, and she had no problems with that.
See? Again, this is where I was going with that. It's just weird to me that it's stigmatized to that level. Like,
But I basically ended up pushing her off of me. Not forcefully, guys. It wasn't like I flung her across the room. But I pushed her off onto the side of me. And then got up and got dressed and walked the fuck out.
I'd be pissed. In your shoes.
She was like, don't leave. I was like, you just fucking slapped me.
Right.
And she was like, well, you called me a bitch. I said, I was laughing.
Right.
It's not like I was mad at you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah. So, I don't understand.
Me
But-
either.
Oh well.
I give Eve the win. I feel like her first verse, she started off really well, kind of hit like a dry spell, but then ended really well.
She is in a dry spell.
But then ended really well in that first verse. I feel like Adam was consistent, but still had his moments of like, it's okay.
Right.
But then like the last verse, even though they were really short, I feel like she knocked it out the park, and I feel like he kind of dropped the ball on that.
Right. I agree. He had my favorite line in the whole thing.
Oh yeah, that.
But on the other hand, yeah, I think Jenna took the win. Eve. Whatever.
Eve.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they were wearing their leaves and not doing it naked.
He didn't find a pine needle before. Right?
But yeah, it was a good battle.
I feel like she could have done like the Britney Spears "Slave for You" dance with that snake. Yeah, she has the little bikini top on. She could have just started.
I know. I hate that song.
I hate it with a passion, but that's the one where she danced with the snake.
True. I stopped liking Britney Spears after the first album. It's like her and Christina Aguilera, there was like just a 1 year difference where they went from innocent to slut, like overnight. And they both did it. And I think it was just the times.
Right.
It's just where the female pop jump was to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they were at that age cusp. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, I was like, man, Britney Spears is really cute. She's dancing around in a little schoolgirl uniform and hit me baby one more time. And, like, I really liked the way she was singing. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oops, I did it again. I'm like, why are you wearing all leather? Like, I don't even find that attractive.
Look, that music video and that outfit is, I hate it. It's horrible. When I saw it come out, I was like, why are you wearing that? That's terrible.
And then, like, Christina Aguilera was, like, in that little genie outfit. And
She was cute as
Genie in a
hell.
bottle. I was like, she is adorable. And then, like, all of a sudden, she's wrestling around in mud. And I'm like, okay, I was actually still cool with that. But
I still, look, it depends on the song. But I still like Christina Aguilera. Her voice is amazing.
Oh, she's still got a beautiful voice.
Brittany, on the other hand,
annoys me now.
Yeah, and occasionally she'll release a song where she's actually singing. Like, actually singing and not doing that nasally shit that she does, that she's known for. I like those songs. I do not like the songs that she's renowned for at this point.
To end our digression,
Oh, shit.
I will say Christina Aguilera holds the song I probably hate the most in life. I hate the fucking Moulin Rouge theme song.
Oh.
With a fucking passion.
Did you hate it the first time you heard it, or do you hate it because it has been played so fucking much?
I hated it the first time I heard it.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
every time I heard it after,
It was more and more painful.
it was like pushing the knife further into my throat.
Right. She's not the only one that sings on it, though.
Oh, I know. Maya's on it, and there's a Lil Kim's on it. I think it's Lil Kim.
No, it's
There's
Queen
Eve.
Latifah.
I think Eve was on it too. It's got like 2 rappers and 2 singers.
Right.
The 2 singers are Christina and the other chick that I'd mentioned. Now that I just forgot. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I also like.
And I like musicals. I hated
Fighter
that musical.
And stuff. I mean, I really liked that. But she has an amazing voice, so
Right.
I'm not even that mad. Brittany, on the other hand, girl, I like it when you sing more. Yeah.
All right, guys. So
That'll
that's
do
going to do it. Check the description below for all the things. We love you all. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you to pray people later.